First, it's such a blessing to be with all of you this morning. I see a lot of old friends. Always, they're old friends when they say, "Do you remember when we got arrested together?" But also to see a new generation coming up, to see that the successor to my old dear friend David Saperstein is also a revival preacher. Thank you, Jonah. And to hear Rach talk about what young evangelicals believe now. Oh, I can't tell you what that makes me feel. I'm feeling quite stunned. That's the word that comes to mind after the last couple of days. To hear the things some of us have been saying and trying to do and working for so many decades, lifted up at a White House ceremony, the template of which was completely traditional. But the presence of Francis and the impact he had on everybody, including the president, I've never seen the least of these talked about so much at the White House, ever. And in the Congress yesterday, I still can't believe not just what I heard, but where I heard it. I mean, we've been saying these things and doing these things for years. And yesterday, I watched lawmakers, and I was been able to speak to some of them before and after, and how deeply moved some of them were. The parable of these words falling on fertile soil or rocky ground, I think is really important for us to discern together. And I would say two things, just two things. One is, I'm deeply moved by what I just saw again. He's talking to the staff at the UN, and he began at the Congress by talking to them about their vocation. Not issues, their vocation. Remember your vocation. And I know some of them are really deeply struggling with that right now. So maybe I'll say a word about our vocation in regard to these questions. I want to suggest that we in the faith community have to help the environmental movement make a fundamental paradigm shift. As long as they and we keep thinking about this issue as an issue, that we have to move up the ladder of our concerns, an issue we have to lobby around and become more powerful with, to make the issue resonate more in the polls or on our voting list of priorities, will continue to fall short of what needs to happen. Climate is not an issue. It's something that impacts every other issue that we care about, and more deeply impacts all of the people that we most care about. And for me, I'll just conclude by saying, I spoke to all of our interns, which I love to do every year, our opening chapel. My job is to welcome them and remind us all of our vocation. So I talked about how